so no doubt you have probably already heard this today. If not, well, you're about to hear it now. But I just want to go ahead and put this information out there for anybody that might be curious as to what is going on with YouTube. There has been some major changes that were just dropped yesterday. I'm going to read off what those changes have been. Now they're saying that these are policy guidelines that have always been there, but of course that's not true. This was never in the guidelines, the community standards before. This is all new, and it's specifically regarding policies on content featuring firearms. Now, there's going to be a lot of questions in this. I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to go about this in addition to what I've done, which is to already contact YouTube. I've emailed them, their creator support team, who I don't really think knows anything and doesn't have the exact answers, because what they put in here is, in my mind, fairly vague and could be interpreted several different ways. But let's go ahead and read through it here real quick. It says, YouTube prohibits certain kinds of content featuring firearms. Specifically, we don't allow content that A, intends to sell firearms or certain firearms accessories through direct sales, also private sales by individuals, or links to sites that sell these items. So let's talk about that one here real quick. So anybody that is sponsored, anybody that uses links, like I have an affiliate link for Palmetto State Armory. They finally gave me one after, 5 years talking about how great they are. I just got one last month. I'm going to have to take that out of the description box of all my videos. Even though I'm not actively trying to sell a gun or anything, I just dropped the link in there and it has nothing to do with the video. I can't do that. I can't have that in there anymore. I don't think I made anything off of it anyway, but it was a nice try, right? So never really had it before. It's only been there for a month. I'll just take that down. So basically, you cannot actively sell any guns or push to sell any guns, or through private transactions or any way drop in links that go to gun websites, anything like that. And by gun websites, I don't mean gun websites, I mean gun websites that sell guns. Can't have any of that in the description of your videos. You can't talk about it in your videos. You can't be actively trying to sell a firearm to your audience or tell your audience to go somewhere to buy a firearm. That's how I read this, okay? That's the kind of extension of how I read this. So I can't do a video saying, hey guys, I found this really great deal over at Classic Firearms or Palmetto State Armory. You guys should go jump on it right now while you can. Here's the link. I can't do that anymore. Not that I do that a whole lot, but sometimes I do. I mostly do that kind of stuff on Facebook, where I'll drop links to places that are selling stuff. Facebook's probably going to come down on this stuff as well, but that kind of stuff is going to have to stop. So if I'm still allowed to do reviews on guns, I can talk about the gun I got, and I can talk about how I got a good deal on it, but I cannot in that video say or insinuate that you guys should go out there and buy it, and I certainly can't give you guys a link to go do so. So there you go. And it says, these accessories include but may not be limited to, and yes, that's the part you got to pay attention to, may not be limited to, which means they reserve the right to change their mind at any time in the future. But specifically, the accessories include but may not be limited to accessories that enable a firearm to simulate automatic fire or convert a firearm to an automatic fire, bump stocks, Gatling triggers, drop-in auto sears, conversion kits, high-capacity magazines. It says, in other words, magazines or belts carrying more than 30 rounds. So I've got a couple videos out there with some 33-round Glock mags that I guess I'm going to have to get rid of those videos. Okay, I don't have any drum mags or anything else like that, but there are some videos I'm going to have to get rid of. So this just basically covers all types of accessories and magazines, and again says not limited to. Okay, so they can change their mind at any point in the future if they just decide whatever accessory you're playing around with or doing a review on, they don't like it, tough, it's gone. And then here's a kicker. Provides instructions on manufacturing a firearm, ammunition, high-capacity magazine, homemade silencers / suppressors, or certain firearms accessories such as those listed above, like bump stocks. So what this is basically saying, the way I read this and the way I think most people would interpret this, no more AR builds. Okay, you can't show somebody how to build an AR-15 on your videos anymore. You certainly can't 80% lowers. Slapping together an AK-47 from a stamped receiver or whatever. Certainly none of that goes. I don't know how they feel about, and this is where the gray area comes in, right? This is why I'm trying to get some clarification from YouTube. Does that count towards, let's say I've got videos out there where I've, modified a Glock, done a trigger job on a Glock. I'm not showing somebody how to build a firearm, I'm showing them how to mod a piece of a firearm that they already have. I don't know. Is that a gray area? Is that okay? Is that bad? At this point, we don't know. All the videos I have where I take old guns and I fix them up and restore them. Some of those old guns that I've done needed parts added to them, and I show what parts I replaced on the video. Does that count? I don't know. Common sense would tell me no, but I don't think common sense prevails with YouTube, and that could be a problem. Also, obviously, ammunition, okay? Reloading? No. If you've got a reloading channel, I feel very sorry for you, and that sucks for you because you're not doing anything wrong. But manufacturing ammunition, that is a reloading channel. If you do reloading videos, take them down. Take them down before they all get strikes and your channel goes away. High capacity magazines, I don't know who's assembling high capacity magazines. They've already said high capacity magazines are anything over 30 rounds. So I don't know who's assembling those. Maybe you're taking apart your drum mag for some reason and putting it back together on camera for cleaning. Maybe you want to take that one down just in case. Then of course it goes into suppressors, and so this is all getting into NFA stuff. Certain firearms accessories, if you're bump stocks, you know, no more bump firing a gun without a bump stock. Okay, that's a no-no in the video as well. It says this also includes instructions on how to convert a firearm to automatic or simulated automatic firing capabilities. Again, this also goes back to bump firing your gun. If you've got a full auto and or you just, hey, let's say you took a trip and went to your local gun range and they let you rent a full auto and you took some video of it and you posted that on your channel, you better take that down. Cannot show yourself shooting full auto. And then of course it says shows users how to install the above mentioned accessories or modifications. Now again, because it's not limited to this specific list, we don't know what's on the table. Obviously bump stocks, obviously building guns, that's off the table, right? You can't show anybody how to build a gun. You can't show anybody how to fire a gun, bump fire style. You can't show anybody how to install a bump stock or a Gatling trigger or auto sear or any of this other stuff they've got in here. But again, not limited to. That's the kicker in this whole thing. Not limited to. That means they reserve the right to further screw us over if they just don't like the types of videos that you're doing. Now, I don't think YouTube's going to come out with a specific list detailing what they will or will not accept in these videos. I'm trying to get it out of them so that I can tailor my channel appropriately because I want to stay on YouTube. I know everybody goes, go to BitChute, go to Full 30, go here, go there, whatever. I've talked about this many times. The audience here on YouTube, I've been talking about this for years. We've talked about this. Yes, it's important to diversify and put your content everywhere, but we have to stay on YouTube as well. This is where you get new eyeballs. This is where you're not just preaching to the choir. At Full 30, it's great. It's an awesome website, but you're preaching to the choir. You're not bringing new people in. And that's something we have to keep doing. If that means that all my, firearm stuff has to go to a BitChute or a Full 30 whenever they start letting everybody post vids or GunTube or whatever, right? If I got to put those videos there, but here I just talk about the importance of the Second Amendment and just keep going and keep doing what I can here, then that's what I'm going to do. Because it's important to keep this going. It's important for all of us to keep this going. If you have a channel, go through your videos. Start purging the stuff that needs to be purged now. Best guess, I know it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard, tough to deal with at the moment, okay? I understand it's very vague and we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but do the best you can. Try to stay on here. Here's where we can get the message out. Here's where we can have those discussions with people who don't know anything about the Second Amendment yet. Maybe they're anti-gun, maybe they're in the middle, who knows, but we have to stay here and we have to keep putting out the good information that we can. Whatever that may be, whatever YouTube allows us, we have to stay here and we have to keep doing it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be spending the next few days probably purging some of my videos so that they don't get strikes any more than I already have. We'll just kind of go from there. Hopefully this works out as best as possible. Hopefully we don't lose any channels. Hopefully we don't lose any big channels, any good channels that are putting out good information, some of the good channels that are out there and actively, fighting for our rights. Let's hope that those channels stay around. I hope they do. That's pretty much what's going on right now with YouTube. So that's it. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys watching. You got any questions or comments, leave it down below and we will talk to you guys later.